Maybe we should stop eating.
Why?
Because we're recording.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Picture it, pink pants and a floral shirt.
Shall we begin?
So a Tesla picked me up.
Yes.
Did I tell you?
Mm-mm.
And it smelled like every hood put together. Like, I could smell the weed and the Hennessy and all. I was just like,
Yeah.
this is disgusting.
Yeah. And you was in a Tesla, though.
A whole Tesla.
Shout out to all people.
No, for her, it wasn't a great experience.
Why?
I mean, because it smelled like alcohol and weed.
Sound like a good time to me.
It was early in the morning. Where was I going? I was going to brunch. This is when outside was open.
Like, where was I was going to brunch.
I was going to brunch.
You probably got out there like, damn, I hope they don't think I was turning up before I got here.
Right, getting out the car smelling like every hood in the city.
Was the driver cute?
He was little. I couldn't even. He was a small person. Not like a little person, but he was small.
He was short?
Very.
Okay.
Like, I don't think, yeah. It was like, are you up there? Oh, okay. He's tiny. He was nice, though, I guess. But it still stunk in the car, and I never used them again.
Okay.
I was going to use them. Huh?
I'm going to stop eating.
Why?
Because we're recording.
That was classic.
What up?
Are we on for real?
Yeah, we on.
Oh, I don't like you. Don't do that. I'm glad I didn't say what company it was.
Well, I started recording after you said.
Right in. Good morning, everyone.
Hey guys, it's your boy, your Ramont,
and I'm Reese, and we're sitting here in an undisclosed, what is it? Undisclosed location.
Reese is very tired tonight, y'all.
It's been.
I don't know how this conversation is going to go.
We typically, so when we record, it's usually earlier, so it's like the beginning of my day.
We had some late shows before. We
have.
came to them on a late night tip.
We have, but today's just out of the ordinary.
Reese ain't feeling it today, y'all.
No, I am here.
And I apologize.
I am here. When work calls, you come.
Oh,
if you want that check.
Yep, I need to hear that right there.
So.
Turn my headphones out. Give you a lid. Turn my headphones out.
This is why we need video so you can see Ramont.
And this is why we don't need video.
Right. Because, baby, today ain't the day.
Exactly. And I'm glad you're starting to realize that.
Yeah.
So
I'm clear. Crystal.
So what do you have going on, friend? You got anything for the people?
I don't have anything. What is going on? Work has been crazy. Have you ever had one of those weeks where you just want to punch people in the face?
All the time.
Yeah. So that's been this week. And tomorrow's Friday.
Okay.
And it's still, I have some filming to do this weekend, filming to do next weekend. There's just a lot going on.
You got a lot going on right now.
I do. And I'm tired.
Should we feel sorry for you?
No, absolutely
Should we have
not.
empathy or sympathy for you?
No.
Good.
No. I'm not asking for any of that. I'm just saying I'm tired. I'm human. Okay? Don't do that. There's an old quote that says, you don't complain about the amount of the food on your plate when your whole intent was to eat. So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm tired. And that's okay. Because I'm going to eat. Next question. Because you're trying it today. I don't know. I am
trying to wake my friend up.
I'm woke.
And he keep falling asleep on
No, I'm woke. Because I feel like do you want us to have empathy for you or sympathy for you? Oh, great. Because we're not giving you either.
The only way for him to wake up is if I attack him.
Well, that happens quite often.
I don't attack you.
On air, you do.
No, I don't. So you're going to say and lie to the people?
I feel like you about to throw his drink at me, y'all. Okay.
I've been watching too much Basketball Wives for you to start this movie.
It ain't even good this season. Can we? So I have come to. Here's the thing. I have come to the realization that.
Sound like them other people.
I've come to the realization that I Ratchet reality TV is just not what it used to be. I don't know. I'm just kind of...
Do you think the pandemic has something to do with like how they're filming and
Probably.
what's going on?
It's just kind of blah. Like Basketball Wives just came on. I think they're 3 or 4 episodes in.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, okay, get to it, or...
I mean, the whole premise behind Basketball Wives this season is that colorism thing with OG and the girls, particularly Evelyn and
Shawnee.
Evelyn, Shawnee. I mean, I said the girls, but mainly Evelyn. And then also with Malaysia and Jackie trying to, I guess, rekindle their sisterhood.
Have that Ponderosa. Well, so and again, I think that what in my head, what they're trying to do is kind of make it more positive. But it's when you've had all this drama. There's trying to take that turn. It's like it might be a dead end street.
Not necessarily. So it all depends on which one you're speaking from, because I feel as if both scenarios can have a positive moment, can have a positive outlook. If it wasn't VH1, if it wasn't Mona Scott, if they use the right platform to actually have people in there so that the ladies can listen to each other and not listening to respond, but actually listen to what they're saying. Because if OJ is speaking from, this was my experience, this is what you said to me, and these are traumas, and this is why it was triggering to me, versus the cut and the editing of, oh, we need to just make this good TV and make this person look bad versus making this person look good due to how they want to edit the show. Like, we can have a conversation, but we're going to cut out all of this, and then we're just going to start it when you hype up and everybody looking at you. So the viewers are like, well, damn, what the fuck happened? We just went to commercial. You know what I mean?
But I don't think people are looking for that. People aren't necessarily, because again, Basketball Wives has been so dramatic up until now. And so now it's like, okay, let's have a kumbaya. And it's like, well...
Because COVID set that ass down and made them know that this shit is real, and the person that you are shading, ready to fight this, that, and the third can be gone the next day. And you kind of look back like... was it all worth it?
Right, and I get that. I completely understand it, but I just don't think that the viewers... I can say for me, I'm used to the drama, and now I'm just like, okay, this is cool, but... yeah, I'm not even caught up. That's how
go over to that Zeus network that you be watching.
Oh
that's
my
where
God,
the drama is. So, did you know that VH1 is suing Zeus?
For what?
Because they're taking their people that are filming this show.
Wait, who is suing who?
VH1 is suing Zeus.
Well, what's crazy is...
Go ahead.
Wasn't
I could be wrong, but
I think
it
could potentially
like
be the other way around, because what's her name? China had a show on Zeus, if I'm not mistaken, and now it's on VH1, and it's damn near. I mean, literally, it's like the same show.
I mean, maybe, but the initial report I heard was like VH1 is still in Zeus because the people that Zeus are filming, like when Masika and Hazel had their little sit down or whatever, apparently they were still under contract with VH1.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I learned a lot of shit. Like, if we film in March for our show to come out in November, I'm still in contract with you up until that show goes off air. So if it starts in November but don't go off until the following March, I'm not supposed to do anything. And I think that's still like I'm probably going to like look into it and come back to the people with information, but I think that even encompass, like, if it's on pause, like how COVID and they can't edit, I'm still within contract until this show airs and all the episodes have come out.
Okay. So I see that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. But I still don't understand how Zeus and VH1 or whatever channel that China's on now, she's on like TV, and it's the same show that was on Zeus. It's throwing me off. I'm like, so I thought maybe they had bought each other, I don't know what two networks it is.
Or it could be if China owns the rights to her show,
potentially
she could pick it up and take it wherever she wants.
Yeah. That would be smart. That would be smart.
It would be. Like, this is mine, so I can move this to network and do what I want with it.
But I mean, it's the same show, so girl, get some new content. But yeah, reality TV is just becoming blah to me now.
Okay.
So, and actually I haven't been watching.
I'm waiting for Murder Medicine to come back on.
Why?
I like Murder Medicine.
Okay. I mean, it's all right.
All right. Okay.
I mean, I'm going to watch. I'm going to tune in to see. You know what I've been watching?
Let's
MTV.
not stay on this road too long.
Oh, absolutely not. I know why you said that. I've been watching MTV, The Challenge. I enjoy that. I want to do that one day. I want to go on a challenge. Like, I want to do a...
So Tough Mudder, Rugged Maniac, and all them wasn't enough for you? Let me tell y'all something. Listen in. I have friends that like to do... Are they like competitive races?
I don't think they're competitive. It's not about
it's not like track and field type of stuff. It's it's more obstacle course. We got to go through mud, barbed wire, get electrocuted. We have to swim. We got to jump up walls. We have to run 14 miles. We have to climb.
Hold on. It wasn't
to tree roots.
We did not have to run. Well,
yes,
I think the whole entire thing was like 14 miles, but there was all the obstacles in between.
There was ice cold baths. There was carrying a friend on your back up and down a hill. Friend, we got electrocuted. We got electrocuted.
You're right. Had to jump
a friend
over fire.
Broke his arm. He had to have rotator cuff surgery because he broke his arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is the shit my friends try to get me to do, and I'm not that bitch.
And he said it like I'm the one to be. I don't come up with this stuff.
This is why I tag Reese. Because when I say I don't want to do it, Reese responds in the group. So I bought everybody ticket.
I've only done that a couple times.
A couple times, and we've only had 3 races. So out of the 3, he paid for 2.
I mean, y'all pay me back, so
I had to, like,
of course. But I think that because I was like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it. It's team building.
I love you. I don't need y'all to. I don't need to do this.
We wouldn't be here
First of all,
if we hadn't been
and
there.
It's not team building when half the team leaves you. It's not team building when half the team leaves you. This was not a group project. This was a group project, but we were graded individually. Let me tell you. And my ass failed each time.
Came in.
Yet they keep putting me on that team.
We wouldn't be where we are if we had not been where we've been.
I don't thrive in those activities, and that is where they get me. Anything else, a bitch is good. Well, honestly, no. It's the running part that I fail in. But
everything else is good.
But when we get to water, 1, got your ass. 2, any obstacle that requires endurance, any lifting, monkey bars, or anything like that.
Monkey bars.
I'm good. Like I'm good. But when it get to the mud, y'all, I had to go in mud. Mud was all up in my good wig.
And everything. Ugh. Okay, next topic. I'm over that. It was good time. I mean, well,
it was good time.
It was.
I won't do them again.
Memories were made.
They were.
And outside isn't open, so
you can't do it again. I'm glad they lost all their funding for that hell they put me through. For all 3 of them organizations.
Was it? We did do 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun. We're coming about the end of Black History Month. Well, by the time you guys hear this, it will be March. However,
oh shit, it's gonna be March.
It's gonna be March. Damn. However, Black History continues. So right. And so it's celebrated by, I guess, the masses in 1 month, but the revolution goes on, carries on. What's the word? What's that phrase?
Wow.
The revolution.
Wow.
Yeah. Whatever. You're not these judgmental eyes. I don't like it. But yeah. So we're not stopping at February.
Absolutely not. Black History has been going on for quite some time now with film, things like people are starting to be more vocal, call people out on things a lot more. I know with me personally, as far as like my contribution to like my people, Black people, and of course you and I both shared our Black experiences, which are two completely different things. But honestly, if you're not really Black owned, I really don't support you. I really don't use products. And if you say that you're Black owned, I'm looking for Black representation and stuff. Like if it's a new product especially when it comes to like skincare, hair care.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking for Black. black people in the photos.
Yeah.
Off top.
Well, I agree. I think that well, I'm not gonna say that I only buy black owned, but
yeah, and some things you can't get around, like it just is what it is. But
right.
For the most part, I strive to do that.
Yeah, I absolutely am tuned into supporting black owned businesses and ensuring that I'm sharing that with my friends. And I think that'll be something maybe in the future we'll have, not necessarily an episode, but just plug some of the, because I use some really good products by some of our, and some young black individuals doing big
Shout
things.
out to them.
Yeah, so we'll have to come back and kind of plug the things that we do. I mean, not that we use, and
and even though this will drop in March. March is Women's Month. We're gonna do Black Women's Month, like for real.
Yeah.
Shout out to the black women. Y'all like superheroes,
right? The real MVPs out here. I mean, I think that again, black women. I mean, just our whole community doesn't get the accolades that they deserve. I mean, it's hard being a black person in America.
Absolutely.
It's hard sometimes, but it's not impossible. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's a big thing, because if it was, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be thriving. We wouldn't be,
We make it look damn good. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. Very, very, very true.
And this is a great segue to our topic.
What are we talking about? Fran, what's the topic of the evening?
Well, this topic was on your mind, Fran. Reese, let me tell y'all, I think I'm going to sit back and be quiet this episode. I'm going to just let Reese have at it. Go ahead and let have, sis.
So in conversation about what we were going to discuss, like what topic we wanted to discuss, I was talking to one of my brothers, and we were just having, me and my brother have a really good relationship, and we have some of the best conversations. And what I can appreciate about our conversations is that while our opinions sometimes do not mesh, like I'm on one side, he's on the other, there's a whole respect, and we both hear each other out, and all of that. So we were talking about my brother is straight. We were talking about him and his, I don't want to say inability.
Well, damn.
Right. Him and his opinion about...
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, him and his opinion about individuals that are homosexual. And his stance was basically that if an individual is gay, just let me know that you're gay. And I said, well, for me, why? Why do I have to announce to you what my sexuality is? That has nothing to do with our relationship. And he's like, I just feel like I should know. But why? Because I just feel like I should know. Okay, great. I said, so I tell you as your friend, not as your brother, because brothers were brothers. I guess there are relationships that don't work or whatever, but we're brothers. There's a love there, and it's unconditional. But if I was a friend, I said, if I was to be like, yo, I'm gay, you would be like, oh, okay, cool. And you would distance yourself. And we kind of went back and forth. And I mean, he stood in his truth that that's not necessarily how he felt. So I came to the conclusion for myself that my brother just doesn't like gay people. And he was like, no, that's not it. And he was somewhat offended. And I'm like, And I know somebody's out there like, why isn't he on the show? Because we haven't gotten to that point of individuals being on the show that are not physically here. I need to look you in your face when we're having a conversation. So.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me, bitch.
No. I'm looking at you because we're having a conversation.
Because I was looking over there. That's what I thought.
No.
It is weird because I finally started. You was like, I need to look at you. And I was like, well, bitch, let me sit up.
Give me your undivided. No, so that's why. And maybe in the future we can revisit or let him come on and have his opinion. But that was the premise of the conversation. And so when Ramont and I were talking, it was like on my mind. And so we dove into, as we always do, a bunch of different elements of the conversation. Mm-hmm. And so here we are. And again, I still believe, and again, I don't think it's wrong. And that's the other thing. I'm okay with someone not liking something, right? We all have a right. You don't have to like homosexuals. You don't have to like women. You don't have to. Is it right? Not in my opinion. I don't think you should judge any one group of anyone. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. But if somebody feels that way, you're entitled to that. I can't take that from you.
And you also can't force a person to have understanding and be okay and be comfortable with something just because you're comfortable with it, because that person experience, and as adults, we've been through things or we've been conditioned to understand that these particular things are taboo. We're taught not to like them. They're bad. They're wrong. So, like, you know, I can't fault your brother or anything like that. You know, I wouldn't hate or have an issue with your brother, because of that. I would understand that. I'm sure during his upbringing, gay was wrong.
Right.
At some point, someone told him gay was wrong. You're not supposed to be gay. And I was telling Reese that as a black man in America, you're told you can't cry. You can't show emotion. That's weak. That's a woman's trait. You can't do that. You're too soft if you start crying. You're a sissy. You have to play these sports, to show that you're a man. You have to go out here and fight this boy because you're a boy. You're supposed to fight. You can't be in the kitchen cooking or learning this. Get from underneath your mother. You will make him too soft if he's around you or something like that. So these are things that we are taught. So it would take a person to have a complete mindset and understand, like, I'm not sure how old your brother is, but just as many years as it took for him where he's at now, it would probably take just as many years for him to be comfortable around gay people. And as your brother, you have a automatic default card. Like, he just, this is my brother. Like, I just have, like,
you can't do nothing about it.
it.
And let me say this, like I said, I'm speaking my opinion of him and the conversation, so it's one-sided. You guys are getting my side of it. He does not feel like he has a problem, and I don't think that he personally, I don't think that he would be like, oh, don't have them around me. But I just don't think that there's a level of comfort, right? Like, for whatever reason, it's just not. It doesn't work for him.
Let's speak on the part of I just have to know. Why do straight people feel as if they have to let other straight people know if a gay person is coming to a room?
Right. And that is one thing that I have always been like, why? With friends, I never understood why it's, yeah, Reese is coming, and by the way, he's gay. And so then I come, and this is what gets me. I come and I'm engaging, and then somebody, right, typically a straight male, will say, bro, when you came, I thought you was going to be whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. You cool, but it's them other ones. Okay.
My friends.
Right. Like, well, not friends, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but in general, like, my friend, like, if we were to say some of these backhanded compliments to a straight person, it would be an issue.
It would be received well.
It would not be received like, oh, bro, when they said you were straight, I
thought you was coming here with baggy pants and smoking.
I thought you was going to shoot up the place.
Right.
I didn't know, like, but you cool. And they would be like, well,
you cool for a straight guy.
Right.
But again, I think that, so to that point about, the perception of what homosexuality is or what gay men, because that's what I know. I feel like society has painted a picture that is inaccurate, right? So, and this is just rhetorical. Do we blame people for their opinions because of what's being fed to them? Like, when you look at reality TV, you don't see a lot of, in my opinion, you don't see a lot of Ramont and Reese type individuals. You know what I'm saying? You see, you get the, what's Bobby Light or whatever his name is. Like, you get those a little more flamboyant and out there, the Rolling Rays and Saucy Santana.
I I want to take it just a little bit further. Like when you think of representation of gay people in movies and everything like that, and when you think of our generation and the generation, maybe 2 generations before us, like when you look at, especially in the Black culture, when you look at particular movies like A Low Down Dirty Shame and the gay,
Man.
right? It was comedy. Everyone laughed at it. When you look at Martin playing Shanae, that wasn't an issue because you know it was Martin. When you look at Jamie Foxx playing Wanda, it was just comedy. It was funny. It was you didn't think anything of it. And was it because it was okay? This is TV. It's not here. It's not in my.
I don't have to deal with it.
Right. I don't have to deal with it. But people liked it. It wasn't they laughed. It wasn't nothing wrong with it.
Men on Film on In Living Color, like that was hilarious.
Exactly. And maybe because it like I said, it's not in my bubble. I don't have to deal with it. It's comedy. But when you saw someone that was gay that was in your bubble, it was an issue. But you could turn on Martin as an episode with Shanae. You wouldn't cut it off. Right. You would just continue to watch the show and laugh at it.
Or I think that sometimes, kind of like the situation, when it's someone that's close to you, it's acceptable. But outside of that, it's not acceptable. Like it's almost, and I say this all the time, I think that...
Everyone is homophobic.
Huh?
Everyone is homophobic.
You feel that way?
If you only say, like, people close to you will only give you a pass because it's you're close to me, but outside of that, they're like... I'm not being around no gay person. I don't like gay people. You know what I mean?
So I always say that people you get a pass for certain things based on our relationship, right? Mm-hmm. So my homegirl or my homeboy can be a whole entire hoe, right? Out here doing all of that. And I'm going to be like, that's my friend. You wild, but you my friend. But if we see somebody else doing it, it's like, they are nasty. They are disgusting. Gutter butt. Like, ooh,
everyone is then you would be on a person that everyone is homophobic by things that we see and things that we were taught. Like, it's okay because you're here. I get it. Like, you're not going to do nothing. Like, I know you. I grew up with you. You my cousin. You like, you here. But if I see someone like that pass me on the street,
yeah.
Everyone is,
and maybe it is. I don't know.
And it could be something that is like they're not conscious of it. Like because naturally they'll think I'm not homophobic. My cousin, my brother, like we good. I don't care what they do. They done brought their lover around me. It's fine. This, that, and the third. But if you see a group of gay men and you say, oh, look at them faggies them faggies or sissies over there, that's a homophobic. That's a slur. Like that's wrong. You can't just say, oh, look at those group of men over there. If you see a group of gay women and you call them a slur, like that's kind of homophobic, or you don't want to be around them because you feel as if they may do something to you or look at you a certain way or touch you a certain way. Then even though your aunt, who may be a lesbian, you're cool with her, you good, we can have dinner at her house, she good, she make the best, this, that, and the third. But if this other woman who's also a lesbian comes sit next to you, like, oh yeah, I gotta move.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think so I look at it from... I try to see when having those type of conversations with anyone, I try to look at it from their perspective, right? So one piece of the conversation that we had was that there was a situation. One time he called me and he was like, yo, he was at the store.
That's your brother?
Yeah. Okay. He was at the store and and I always say, you never know what anybody is unless you ask them, right? Of course, you can sometimes, I always say you can assume anything about anyone.
That crazophobia.
Yeah. Okay, you're wrong road. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I never like to. I try not to because I'm not perfect. I try not to.
We all are. Yeah.
I try not to be like, oh, they're gay.
Right,
so,
right.
But he was at the store and there was a guy that he assumed to be gay. Literally, he said was like kind of following him in the store, like. Kind of catcalling at him, not saying anything directly, but it was like, and just a lot of different gestures, and it made him uncomfortable. If I remember correctly, it made him uncomfortable, and he was then it frustrated him. And I can understand that, because I feel like if somebody, I don't care who it is, if somebody was doing that to me, I would have a problem with it as well. You know what I'm saying? It's disrespectful. I don't care who you are, man, woman, whatever. That's rude. So I look at it from his perspective. He may feel the way that he feels, and projected upon all gay people.
Absolutely.
Based on this one situation, which isn't fair. Yeah. But am I to tell him that he's wrong for feeling how he feels based on something that he's been through?
Has he ever catcalled at a female?
I would assume. I mean, we didn't have that conversation, but I know where you're going. But I'm sure. For shits and giggles, again, I'm not.
We would have to call him.
Right. I don't want to.
Phone a friend. I don't. You want to get involved?
I don't want to. I don't want to set this tone, because
and I only asked that just to set it like he felt uncomfortable with someone following him and catcall him. At any point in his lifetime, has he saw an attractive female? He could have been out, club, whatever the scene may have been, and catcall, "Hey, shorty, what's up? Come on, like, let me get your number. What's going on with you? This, that, and the third." Now she hate every black man.
So this is my thing with that. Totally understand what you're saying. Completely agree. Right? Then we get into the conversation about what's quote unquote normal. Because it would be in society, right, normal for a man to quote unquote catcall at a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's supposed to be.
But now that the tables are turned, it's uncomfortable.
Right. or it's wrong. That's another thing that it unnerves me when, this is where I be getting irritated and upset a little bit. When people be like, and the people have told me this, it's not normal to be gay.
It's not normal to be gay.
Right. Like, it's not normal. So, and now I've heard this. This wasn't the conversation with me and my brother.
This is just in general.
Yeah.
So, that term, when it comes, and that's like, in my mind, like gay bashing. Like, you're making me feel bad for who I am.
Attempting to make me feel bad.
Attempting. I mean, and in some cases it has prevailed.
I mean, okay.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there are some people that actually feel that way, and they go through some shit.
It's trauma. Yeah.
And yikes.
and that's what I'm saying. I think that's one of those things. I just wish people would let people be people. Like, what I do, because for me, I can speak for myself. I am not I'm not a big PDA person, right? I'm not out here sucking face and holding hands.
Come on, sucking face.
I'm not doing all of that. Like, I mean, oh, okay. That's what we're doing.
Sucking face.
But I'm not.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt. Sucking face.
I'm not out here sucking face. I'm getting a t-shirt for real for the summertime that we're gonna be sitting around the house. But no, I'm not a huge. No, I have participated in PDA, but it's not a big thing of mine.
Absolutely.
So I don't feel that, because I'm not that person, I don't feel that anyone, like someone telling me that I'm not, like, what is normal then? What is normal? Because you have a straight man that has an addiction to sex and is a sex offender, right? Sexually offends women because he has
a sexual addiction.
Addiction,
sorry.
It is, so is that
we would say that
normal?
That's not normal.
Right. Is that, like, stop.
There is no normal. Normal is always in the person
it's
that
subjective.
Is right. Very.
And that's what bothers me, though.
So it all depends on who you're talking to that think that gay is not normal itself, or who would think that a sex offender is normal or not normal. It just all depends on the person, because this sex offender could be an upstanding citizen, never got in any trouble. They pay their taxes. They go to work every day, and, they do a regular 9 to 5. But this particular urge within them that they can't control, or whatever the case may be, put them into that particular predicament. So now you looked at, oh, he's not normal, he's weird because he did X, Y, and Z. But prior to that, I'm just a normal guy.
The world would be better.
If people mind their fucking business
and judge me based on how I treat you and or don't treat you.
But that's hard to do because the world isn't just a person. The world wasn't just made up of people that we just don't pop up and appear and then try to figure stuff out and do things off of good gestures. Like, you're taught things, you're raised, like you read things, and that's how you judge other people by your upbringing. If I was taught, I mean, when you look at everything, when you look at homophobia, when you look at racism and everything like that, these are things that are taught from a child up through adulthood. These are things that are taught to someone that is instilled in their brain that these particular things are wrong, they're bad, these people are evil, you don't want to have anything to do with them.
Sometimes. And I think that's, again, there's many different, because I feel like me growing up, I was, I guess, taught, if that's the word we're going to use, that homosexuality wasn't right.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so, but I think, again, and not that I'm any better than anyone, but I grew up and made my own choices. And that I'm trying to use my words because it gets into another topic that I don't like to discuss, really, is the whole homosexuality is, were you born this way or did you choose this way? Mm-hmm. I hate that conversation because I feel like a lot of times people are always, you chose it. You chose this. For me personally, I didn't wake up and say, you know what? I want to be gay. Like, that's what I want to do. It wasn't for me. It's how I feel. You know what I mean? It's, so again, it can go deep. But my point is that you can learn anything and you can also unlearn it. Or try to. And again, I'm not saying I'm not telling anybody not to have their beliefs. You can believe whatever you want. I'm sure that there are things that you believe that I do not agree with at all, and vice versa. That's okay. We don't have to ever agree, but it's a respect. Mm-hmm. I respect your opinion, your views, or I don't because I don't know what they are, and we can still coincide in the same space.
I don't know where they are.
Yeah, like
I can't coincide with ignorance. I'm sorry,
but I'm saying if you okay, so if you have a coworker, right, that you do not know because your relationship, you work together,
yeah,
right, you guys go to lunch, you have great conversation, she goes home and maybe not about you, but she has a problem with homosexuality. You're not aware of that, so. While in my opinion, that's a little, I mean, depending on her thoughts and beliefs, potentially ignorant, right? Mm-hmm. But because you're not aware of it, because she keeps it to herself and within her home,
and she should,
and that's what I'm saying. People should just respect people and respect yourself, and just we don't have to have this.
Like, if you want to be a homophobic, racist Trump supporter, by all means, do you. However, if it's work, when you come to work, I expect you to respect me in this work realm. You could have Trump 2020 flags flinging from your car. When we walk inside this building, we are two coworkers. That is it. If you treat me any differently, disrespectfully, or whatever the case may be, then we're going to have an issue. Then we're going to teeter on those lines of she's racist, she's showing this, that, and the third. But like I said, just respect me, because I'm not going to say anything sideways to you about your beliefs. And I have in my mind what they are, but I'm going to know how to deal with you to make it through my day. You know what I mean?
But like I said, I understand what you're saying. But my thing is, again, the world would be a better place if we just existed, if we just popped up. I don't think that it's about just popping up. No, because I don't think that if like you said, if people minded their business and didn't feel like they had the right to judge what the next person's doing when it doesn't affect them, I think the world would be a better place. Like, you can have an opinion about anything. That is great. I'm good with that. I don't feel like it needs to be imposed upon me. I don't feel like, and vice versa, I should not be imposing my opinion on other people.
You can give it.
You can.
Oh, depending on the person. You need to read the room.
Right. And and I think that sometimes the best thing to say is nothing. You know what I'm saying? And again, it depends on scenarios. It depends. There's so many different factors. But what I'm saying, at the end of the day, I don't feel like anybody needs to be out here just raising hell about, like, I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm way off. But
you're not off. You just have a
big. Thank you.
You have a big heart, and you want everyone to just basically be able to, get along, coexist within one space, and not worry about what the next man is doing, because what the next man doing is not going to interrupt your life.
Right.
Who I sleep with is not going to interrupt your life. Like, yeah. And I think that's another issue with some of the people in the straight community, is that they concern themselves with what gay people do.
Right.
Like, they're fascinated as if we're some weird creature or
because we're not normal.
Stop saying that.
I bet you've never heard that?
No, I've never heard that.
Friend, I've heard that.
I'm sorry, friend. You want a hug?
No, I'm okay. I feel like I'm normal. I'm good.
All right. So like, you made me lose my train of thought.
I'm sorry
because I'm not normal. You're not normal. Like, it just hit me. Crap! I really did just lose my train of thought.
Well,
what you did to me.
I'm sorry, but I'll jump in with also, like, okay, so
they concern themselves with us as if we're like some special creature or being or whatever the case may be. When that, like, we're just like you. We love like you love. We have sexual urges just like you do. Like, but what we do is not going to affect you, just like what you do is not going to affect us.
Exactly.
Like, who I lay next to should not keep you up at night wondering why am I laying next to a man.
Exactly.
It should not. Like, I should not live rent free in your head that much, or any gay person for that matter. Like, why does it bother you that much? Make your skin bold. Like, someone is gay, or you know that they're gay, and they do nothing to you, nothing for you, nothing that impacts your being itself.
At all. Exactly.
I think that's the problem that I have with some homophobia. Like, how does me being gay affect you? Tell me how.
And then
they blame it on, like, the whole gay agenda, or whatever the case may be. Like, it's being shown on TV, kids can see it, this, that, and the third, but you put your heterosexual in front of children all the time. And I grew up on street shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I grew up on man and woman kissing, having sex. My first porno that I'm watching was man and woman. So it's like, just because a child can see it doesn't mean that's going to be our ultimate outcome.
Right.
Why are you laughing?
Because I don't know where porn came from.
I mean, just to give a reference. Like,
no, I understand. I get it. I didn't expect that. But so another thing that I was, and then we kind of talked about it, was the whole, so why is it that people feel like they need, again, my brother had this need to know that we're gay, right? Or that someone is gay.
Or announce it to the room.
Right.
Before we get there.
But when you, please, if you are my friend, if you are my associate, please don't. That unnerves me. It makes my skin crawl that people feel like, I got to tell everybody that you're gay just so that everybody's comfortable. What about my comfortability? Now everybody's looking for me to act a certain way is how I look at it. Neither here nor there. But why don't straight people do that? Why? I think you had made that point. Why, when I've never been like, hey, this is my homegirl, she's straight. Like, nobody cares. This is my friend. She's here to have a good time with us. Like, why can't that be the same thing? And again, I say why. I'm asking just a rhetorical question. I don't understand why it's a big deal to anyone, like you said, when it doesn't affect you. Now, I could see if I was that type of person that was running around, flirting with, making sexual innuendos.
No,
making people
but then that's when
uncomfortable.
you let that particular person know, because as my friend, if I know that's who you are, hey, listen, chill down. My family, my cousins gonna be here. They.
No, I'm saying if that was who I was and someone was uncomfortable being around me or felt some type of way, I can understand that. I could understand because of what I'm giving off. I could be a straight person and be creepy and make people uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So again, I could see if that was the case where it was like, okay, Reese comes
straight
around.
People don't warn you if their friend get a little drunk and get a little handsy.
No, I mean they may, but I've never been subjected to that. It's always been, and like I said, it's so it's so telling when you've been in that space and that person turns to you and says, "Oh, you're not that kind of gay," and you're just like, "Well, wait a minute."
I've gotten that before.
Yeah, like what?
I've gotten that before.
What? So I mean, so I'll say this as well.
Say it, friend.
Where there's not a cookie cutter for gay men, right? So we don't all look the same, talk the same, act the same.
And that's for black and honestly, that's for black people in
that's
general.
for America, period. There's
Absolutely.
not, so stop with all of that. Like, oh my gosh, you're so cute, or you're too cute for a gay person. Like, what does that mean? Because while we do have some boogers, we have some very attractive people as well.
Everyone picks a booger sometimes.
Yeah, they do. And
some people eat their boogers.
Good night. I'm ready to go. Are we done? Because
some people do eat boogers.
That's disgusting. Anyways, I just think that we just have to stop with that. Like, again, live and let live. Like, can I say that? Live and let live. Just let people be exactly who they want to be. And if you're offended, talk to that person and say, "Hey, you offended me, and I don't like that."
Don't do that.
You don't want somebody to tell you that you've offended them?
They would have to tell me how I offended them.
If they
I can't sit back and watch you in the room, just be you, talk to your friends, and have a good time, and then be like, "You offended me today."
No, I'm not. So what I'm saying is, if you and I work together, right, and there's a certain way that you talk to me that I don't like, then I'm offended.
HR.
I am HR.
I'm not going to the person. I'm going to HR. So let's use a public space and not let's not use work, because there are a lot of politics that go into work. Like, bitch, you try to have me lose my job because if this bitch offended me. Excuse me.
I'm going to HR. I'll be right.
Because I'm not going to walk up to you and tell you that you offended. No, I'm going to send a
and
nice message.
maybe that's just who I am. I think that
you know what? I'll tell you this. Did send a girl to HR. Well, It didn't get as far as
you
HR.
sent her?
Well, I didn't send her, but I was offended by what she said. Mm-hmm. So she's white. She's a white girl, and this was during the riots in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And I'm a black man, and she says to me, "Ramont, you need to tell your people stop rioting."
I'm offended. I'm provoked. Trigger.
And the sad part is I have two allies who are also white female that were in the room at the time that this was said, and they were taken back. They were just like, wow.
What did Ashley just say?
So of course, you do your chain of command, let your managers know and everything like that. And they pulled her up to basically say, hey, he was offended by what you said. Do you understand what you said and the implications by what you were saying? And she was like, oh, I just thought it was da-da-da.
Like, what did you say? No, like, she said it. What did you say?
I didn't say anything back. Because it wouldn't
we
have...
just had a moment of silence for
Ramont not saying nothing.
For Ramont not saying it, because, I mean...
Again, I'm at work.
I understand.
Saying something like that in the heat of what was going on, like it coming from You know what I mean? So
I get it.
there's nothing in that moment.
There was nothing that could have been said.
It would have been a bitch what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what people? Black people? Gay people? What
Who? Because I cover many areas, ma'am.
So it just, so like, I was just like, and just did what I did. And when they confronted her, she was all in tears and shambles and everything like that.
Did she apologize?
She did apologize.
Okay. I mean, not that it would have...
In her, which is why, watch my words. That crying and apology, how they get when they get called out on particular things. It irritates me. Like, you can't cry. No, don't cry now. Don't cry now.
That's from Set It Off. I love that movie.
So, I mean, for work, it was like, okay, no, it's fine, this, that, and the third. But a lot of them do that. They get that crying, and now they're the victim, and their tears start to give sympathy to them, and So,
I get it. I understand.
Yeah. So let's use a public space. We're at a party, okay, and someone offends you. Go ahead.
So honestly and sincerely, I think that for me, if I was at a party and I was offended by someone that I did not know,
Can I tell someone I'm offended by their outfit?
that's rude.
But what if it offends me?
How?
It's an eyesore.
Sir, look the other way. Like, that is, to me, that's rude.
Okay, fair.
I mean, you could tell me and we could talk about it, but
you're a Capricorn. I'm an Aries. It works for you.
I hate you. No, if I'm somewhere and I'm offended and I'm aware, like I know who or whatever, I'm gonna tell them that I'm offended.
If you're a close friend, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think that, again, it's all about respect, because if I say nothing and it happens again, for me, I'm the type of person, things continue to happen, I'm going to erupt at some point, and it's not going to be a good thing. You know, it could be detrimental to our relationship or whatever. So I just think that, but again, if it's, like you said, someone's outfit, like, it's not going to make or break anything I got going on in life. So you want to wear booty shorts in December?
Oh,
have at it. Like, I'm very not against. I am always very curious. I had to learn this. I've always been very curious about men that carry bags, like purses, bags. Okay. I don't understand.
A good word, curious.
Yeah, because I'm just like, well, why? Because in my head, right, me being who I am,
like a purse.
Yes, like, you know,
I like a good bag. I mean, they're cute.
I like a backpack. I
won't carry one, but if a bag is cute, a bag is cute.
No, I'm talking about they carry them.
Oh, okay.
Right. So my thing is, in my head, and this is just me, so I can only speak from my perspective. When I go out, I need my keys. I need my wallet. I need my chapstick.
Okay.
Those are the three things. My keys, my wallet. Oh, and my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Keys, phone, wallet, chapstick. That's all I need.
That's all most women need, and that's all that be in that bag, too.
Right. And maybe because society has conditioned us to feel that it's acceptable for a woman to carry a big bag unnecessarily. But for me, I just, because if they need the same things, you know, what else is taking up that space? I'm not saying that they can't. I just don't understand it for me. But, and what I used to do, I don't know who taught me this, who told me. What I used to do is I would ask. I'd be like, why you got a bag? Why you got a purse? And it was offensive. I didn't realize it. I thought I was curious. So I had to check myself. So I shared that story. Don't do that.
Because I said it was offensive.
Now you make me feel bad. But I don't do it anymore.
Thank God.
But I don't understand it. I didn't understand it. And so my ignorance allowed me to be ignorant and make statements like that. So again, I'm not speaking from a place of like, oh, I'm better than. And I mean, I'm guilty of some things too. But I think that the lesson here, what I want people to walk away with is you can learn to be a better person. It's not, I mean, now I may look and I may be like, damn, Ramont, he got a whole Hermes. I mean, I know it costs the money, but he got an Hermes purse.
And I'm here for it.
And what's in it?
And the sad part is, that's Reese mine. I'm like, bitch, it's cute. I'm here for it. And I don't give a damn about what's in it. That bitch could be empty. It could just have
And 9 times out of 10
it could have the stuffing in there from the store, how they stuff the paper in there just to make it look big. That's all that could be in there, and I'm here for it.
See, but them carrying a bag does not make or break me. So I'm not invested. It's just like, oh, okay. I notice it. You know what I mean? But I'm not judging, and I'm not anymore.
That's good. I'm glad you grew.
Thank you. That's a good place for, or not, I'm sorry, a good lesson for people to take. We don't have to, you don't have to like anything. Just respect people.
I'm not curious about anything. Now you got me wondering. Oh. Never mind, I don't want to offend nobody. I'm going to shut up. I learned, that's a lesson. Just shut up.
Maybe, and if I offended anyone, I apologize. But that's how I used to think. Again, I'm with you. If you got a bag and you love it, I love it for you.
They probably got a whole bag collection. I'll take a bag. I don't know where I would.
And the thing is, I like a nice bag. You know me. I like a duffel and a backpack. I could never wrap my head around me carrying a purse. Like the speed dating event we went to, this man had them little, like, the bag that's like, y'all can't see. It's like this big. Oh, and it probably fit everything that I said. Keys, wallet, phone, and chapstick. But
so what do you think about my bags that I got for Christmas?
The one that I want?
No.
Oh, I was like,
whoa.
I want it.
That's my backpack. No,
okay.
The small bags that I got.
That you wear on your waist?
Yes.
I don't. They're like fanny packs to me.
Okay.
It's
a fanny pack because of how I adjusted the strap.
If you slung it over your shoulder and not across your body, I would be like,
if I had it like dangling right here from my shoulder or across body.
You can do crossbody because I think that's what you can do whatever you'd like, friend.
My friend was about to go back to it.
But because you are my friend and I feel like
I'm gonna wear it hanging over my shoulder one day.
Good night, y'all. I gotta go. I can't do no. It doesn't make sense.
Because he knows me, it's gonna be okay.
You can carry it like that, but I'm gonna ask questions. Why?
Because it was comfortable that day. I ain't feel like putting it around my waist.
Would you carry it under your arm?
No, I would just let it hang. Like it would stop. It would stop at the thigh.
So I just had a vision. You and your mother at the mall.
Both of us got our bags hanging together, friend. Friend is losing it.
I cannot. Okay. I don't have no.
Can you imagine if somebody came by and snatched my Oh my God, I would scream. Oh my God! Catch him!
What would you say though? He took your what?
Catch him!
What would you say?
He took my bag! He took my bag. My whole life was in there.
Wait, my wallet was in there.
My wallet
the
was in
wallet
there.
that you could just carry in your pocket.
That's besides the point.
Oh shit. Yo, I gotta go. I'm crying. Like real tears. If you know me, you know I'm crying. I cannot. When you listen, what would your mother say?
About what?
You carrying your bag that way?
I don't know.
I don't think my mother would be okay.
She wouldn't be okay. She'd have a whole attitude. She'd have a whole attitude. Put it in my purse. You can't carry it. Put it in mine. It's enough room.
Y'all, I am dying over here.
She would have a whole attitude. I'm like, no, mama, wear it like this. Dang, mama.
Put it across your body. Do something else. My shoulder. I could.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, the strap is adjustable, so it can.
I can't even imagine. Oh my God. If we offended anyone, it wasn't our intention. Because
through this episode, absolutely not.
I think that everyone is entitled to feel how they feel. I just think that there should be more respect for other people. And again, for me, I can respect anyone and their thoughts and their opinions. I don't think it's okay to impose your opinions and thoughts onto other people. That's what I'm not okay with. You don't get to do that to me.
And to go into that, I just feel as if everyone should be conscious of phobias in which we may have
Absolutely
towards
agree.
any and everything. Like, it's there. These things have been ingrained in us from, like you said, things that we've watched, things that we have been taught, and everything like that. Like, if you see a bad driver, if you say, oh, I bet they're Asian. Like, even if you're right or wrong, that's something that's
It's almost a subconscious, yeah.
Right, you know what I mean? So if you are conscious of it, you're aware that you do it, but you're, of course, striving to be a better person and not think that way. Now, as I said, it's usually an old person. I'm like, oh, fuck, God, forgive me.
Now he's telling y'all not to be that way.
But just be conscious. Like, if you are aware that you do it, but don't downplay, oh, no, that's not me. I don't think like that. That's not me. Bitch, you're lying. In my opinion, you're lying.
And I think that sometimes people feel like because they are a part of a certain community that they have the right to feel a certain way. Like, again, for me, with the scenario with the bag, like, okay, I am a gay man, so I feel like I can have an opinion about this. No, those people that carry back, like, people are entitled to do whatever they want to do. And my opinion is just that, and my opinion does not necessarily have to be shared. Now, if someone asks my opinion, I'm okay with sharing that, but be ready for what I have to say. And vice versa, if you ask someone, be ready. But
should you also be ready? Should you also be ready
if
you shared your opinion for
what do they have to say? Absolutely. Yes. But my thing is, when we reach a level of disrespect, I'm done. I'm not gonna go back. Like I said, the one thing that I love, and I want to shout him out, I love my brother because we can have those really uncomfortable conversations, and it's never a anger thing. I get hyped up because I'm passionate about how I feel, but we can get off the phone and I don't feel any type of way about him, and I hope that he doesn't feel any type of way about me. It's love. We can have those conversations. I think that's what makes those conversations enlightening. You know what I mean? I can see his perspective. I understand it. I'm not saying that he's wrong for how he feels. I just don't think that I don't necessarily agree with it, and I'm giving you a different perspective to maybe look at. And both of us have had a moment of like, okay, I see your point, and it might have changed the way that I look at some things, and vice versa. But I think that we just have to get away from being so quick to be negative about things that don't make sense to us or that are uncomfortable. And again,
speak from understanding and don't attack.
Exactly. And I'm going to say this again. I am nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's somebody, but what about the time that, there's probably been several times that I've done or said things that were offensive to people. But when I recognize it.
I know something offensive that I've said.
Yeah. But when I'm aware, and you know what I'm saying, I do try to take a moment and step back and say, whoa, check yourself. Even when it comes to a community that I'm in, be it black, be it gay, be it whatever. When it comes to those things, I try to, again, check myself and say, yeah, you don't have to agree with it, but your opinion's yours. And nobody's asking.
Do you feel with cancel culture and when we become famous, when we become, that
when we are,
they will pull up old podcast episodes, old Facebook posts from you and use those against you?
I'm sure. I think that if but so to be honest with you, what's crazy is there are sometimes on Facebook, it's connected, but it's not. Facebook, gives you your memories, right? Sometimes I will look at them and I'm just like, what the hell was I going through in life? And a lot of times it probably wasn't anything, but I'm just like throwing shit out there and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, what? What is this? So, I think that especially if we stay in this arena doing this podcast and say we're 6-7 years in and we're syndicated and we're on the radios, somebody's going to be like, when...
Because they don't like us.
Yeah. Something's going to come up. But my thing is, I can defend... So, when you've gone through something and you come out on the other side, to me... you don't hold me here where I was. They will try. For me, I'm up here. if I said, I think we talked about the whole Kevin Hart situation, right? Mm-hmm. The whole gay thing. Oh my God, he said it so many years ago. To me, I was on the side of this man said something that was offensive to people X amount of years ago. Why are we condemning him for it now? Mm-hmm. He apologized. I mean, and then he did apologize, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. Prior to, and then again, like I believe he did again, or maybe he did
at least twice.
Yeah, but and then it got to the point where he was like, okay, I'm done apologizing. Like, why? And I agree with that. Like, do not hold me to where I was. Look at where I'm at now. You gotta allow people to grow. You can't have this expectation, or not even expectation. You can't hold, again, like, you shouldn't be judging people. You can't hold somebody to a standard that was, when, again, time, we grow, we evolve, things change.
They'll try to use it against you, though.
Yeah, I mean, come at me, bro. What's up? No,
we cut a little different.
What do you mean?
Like, you just can't say, oh, he said that. Oh, and bitch, and the fuck I did.
Ramont is that person. Ramont. What is so funny is and I love doing this podcast because it allows me to just continue to grow with my friend. I think that I've learned. Ramont, when I first met Ramont, well, not first, but when we first started hanging out, I always thought Ramont was very timid, and I'll be honest, I thought you were a little scary. Like, when we would go out in situations, would look like they was gonna go left, I was like, okay, Ramont gonna go get the car.
I am. I'm not fighting. I'm not doing any of that. I don't know what Reese is going down.
Okay.
I'm very timid. I'm very shy. I don't speak to people. I'm very much an introvert. If you see me out, please don't walk up and talk to me.
What? Like, that's the only thing that he means. Everything else was a lie. That's the only thing. He's like, I don't know. Who is that? No, that's typically me. I don't know anybody.
But hugs everybody.
Because I'm a lover.
Right.
It's the Capricorn in me. You're an Aries.
Facts. Facts. Can't deny that part.
So what else you got? You got anything else? Because I feel like my point has been made, I hope.
It has been made. I think we touched on a bunch of different areas itself, and we've gave people some takeaways, things something to make them, something to think about. And it'll make them think about the things that they may say, and like I said,
or do.
Yeah, and they could just not be conscious that they are doing it,
right?
Or that they are offending someone,
exactly.
Because it's just in their nature, or it could just be that person. And giving a pass works both ways. Like, a person can give you a pass because of your sexuality, because of how close you are and everything like that. And that person with that sexuality that you may not like can also be giving you a pass by things that you say or do because of how close you are, and don't want to tell you that you're offending them and everything like that. So it's to be mindful on both ends of what you may be saying and or doing.
It's about respect, love, and respect. Well, you don't have to love everybody, but just give them the respect. I think
respect is earned.
That's a different topic. Episode, I guess, because I don't. I mean, it. That's a. You think it's.
So I'm just supposed to give you respect off bat?
Why not?
Why should I?
I mean, okay, so when you say respect, like, what are you talking about? Like, are you saying that you meet someone, and so what is your initial stance? I guess.
I can be cordial, friendly to you, or like we can operate within the same space.
I guess when I think of respect, I think the alternative or the opposite of that is, of course, disrespect. So I feel like
I'm not saying anything out of the way to you. I'm not calling you out of your name or doing things to become blatantly disrespectful to you.
And I think that's a level of respect.
Okay.
So that's I think it's. I think that.
On initial contact, I don't know anything about you, so I can't do anything, can't judge anything.
Shit.
So, like, I can just be chill, be cool. Be cool about the situation. But when I say it's earned, like, I got to see how you move. Like, I'm not going to give you my, hey, all nice and friendly. And I see you over here, like, talking about people and you being loud, you being a rude bitch. And I'm looking at you. I'm going to start looking at you sideways like, nah, I ain't going to bang with you like that. Like, I don't have respect. Like,
for the way that they're acting.
Yeah. Okay. Or how you're treating. Okay. Like, I'm going to look at how you're, if it's first contact, I'm going to look at how you're treating other people before I decide how I want to engage with you. Or what part of me I'm going to give to you.
Okay. I get that. That makes sense. No, point made. Because, I mean, I get it. That makes sense.
See, Reese always want to like everybody.
I do. I think I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. So it's funny.
I do too.
Okay. You said earn. And I thought you said Aaron.
We gotta go. That was offensive to my Baltimore upbringing.
I didn't say anything about what you were brought up. You did that. I just thought you
because of how I say certain words. That's why. We were doing so good. He talked about my bag and the way I said.
I didn't say nothing about your bag. If you want to get your bag on your shoulder, Fred.
I'm gonna wear it like that this weekend. I'm coming around you.
I'm shooting.
You're gonna be in the
busy. I'm busy. If I see a candid shot of you out and about with your back on your shoulder,
with the look over my shoulder. We gotta go.
Hey, y'all. Okay, I'm done crying. Why do you make me cry? I'm about to order my food because I'm hungry.
All right, let's
you
go,
done?
friend. You done?
Now got a bag and you go get your teeth fixed too. Wait, you got a bag and I got my teeth fixed.
Boom. Hope you hoes know it ain't cheap.
Not the bag or the teeth. Gotta go. Okay. Good night, y'all. Or good day. Good morning. Good.
Let's get out of these people, speakers and or headphones.
Thanks for listening. Check us out in 2 weeks.
Hey guys, it's your boy Ramont. I want to thank you again for listening to another episode of ALilRandR Podcast. Please make sure you like and subscribe to us. Also, follow us on IG at ALilRandRPodcast. That's ALilRandRPodcast. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to us via our Gmail at RamontandReese@gmail.com. Thanks so much.